Hello there, we're at the National Indoor Championships 2014 at the Ricoh Arena. We're here with some members of our sponsor team, Ash Morgan, Sean Evans and Nikki Hunt. So guys, how far in advance do you start preparing for a tournament like this?
So for this one, we started about a week in advance. So 2 weeks ago we shot 70 metres, and then on Monday we started doing some 18-metre practice. So some feet to 18s, and then some dozen simulations against each other, that sort of thing. And then we finished that on Friday, and then we came over here, so about a week for this one.
Anything you guys like to add? Anything you like to do in the build-up to competition to get you focused or in the zone?
Well, we saw all of our practitioners throughout the week, so our sports psych and biomechanic who helped us prepare for this event along with our coaches. So we had a competition the day before as well, so we had like a joint focus running into the weekend. So we had some like mixed practice in terms of that, but generally a week to prepare for this event.
And how has that preparation set you up? How's your progress going this weekend?
Yeah, it's been going fairly well. I think, for me particularly, this isn't a massive focus of my year. It's really to come here and compete and perform at a competition. But really my goals are about the next summer. So I've got things that I'm technically working on. So my score probably isn't where I want it to be, but that's just part of it really. And it's just about getting on the line, shooting arrows in competition.
So this is a good way for you to practice and prepare you for events in the future then?
Yeah, definitely. You can do a lot of things to try and recreate what you can in practice, but you can't really recreate the normal stress of a competition. So it's important for us to get out there and compete as much as possible.
In between sessions, how do you unwind, relax? Do you like to stay focused, or do you just want to forget about archery and go out, do whatever you want, and then come back again in the afternoon for the next session?
It depends. So like today, yeah, it's been nice to sort of go and get a bit of fresh air, have a bit of food, have a good lunch break, and then slowly start refocusing for the session. Sometimes if it's a bit of a longer break, sometimes when you're away maybe you've got maybe an afternoon that you've got free, so it's good to completely wind down, have a good relax, maybe have a nap, that sort of thing, have some dinner, and then start refocusing a bit later on so you can have a nice break. So it's really important to obviously get that downtime because you can't focus all the time. So I think it depends on the scenario, but generally, yeah, you'll want a little bit of downtime and then refocusing after that, yeah.
Where'd you get sleep? Find a little quiet room?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess if when we're away, you can have a nap in your room or something. I guess a scenario like this, you can't really do that unless you go to your car, but yeah, generally when we're away, you might have a nap after lunch, that sort of thing, or something like that, yeah.
Same for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's the same. It's good to get a break from the environment, but obviously that's tough when you're depending on the event and the arena you're in. But it's nice to get away from it and come back to it fresh.
You spoke of the arena. What do you think of the setup here? You like it?
I do like the Ricoh Arena. We used to be in Telford, the centre there, but I think it's a much bigger venue, and it offers like more for the sport. It can have a much broader setup with multiple events running at the same time. So I think it's really good progress for archery.
Nikki, would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. With the back-to-back running yesterday, we've got the junior nationals on the other side of the field. So I think it's really important for the junior archers just to come and watch and just see what's going on and be a part of it. Really, you can be standing on the line with an Olympian. So it's that's what's great about archery.
So it's a good learning curve for a lot of young archers that they can look up to their idols, perhaps get some tips. Speak to you guys.
Yeah, definitely. We're all approachable. If you've got questions, come up and speak to us, and we'll do what we can to help you.
So another of our sponsored team has joined us now, Amy Oliver. Nice to see you, Amy. The situation for you guys is one day you could be competing against each other, the next day you could be working as teammates. How do you manage that situation? Does it lead to intense rivalry, psychological warfare?
Well, we're both teammates, so we work together in training and in competition. It's you and the target, so you've just got to get out there and shoot your arrows as best you can. It's more about the team effort, and we're all proud to represent Great Britain and get out there.
You would agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I think when we're in training, we do try and help each other, whether it be equipment or coaching or psychological stuff, and in competition as well. We try and spur each other on, doing high fives before head-to-heads and stuff like that, don't we? So yeah, it's quite good.
So, indoor tournament, are you tweaking your setup throughout the day? Do you have something set up in the morning that you stick with?
Basically, my equipment is what I shoot outside. Apart from my vanes, I changed to the IP3 vanes from the normal P3s with the Ellie vanes, just because that's what Maurizio decided that he wanted me to do. So I tried them and they were really good. So that's the only real thing that I've changed for the indoor season.
Nikki, talk us through your setup quickly.
Yeah, really similar, really. I don't tend to change anything for indoor either. My focus is on 70 metres. I'm just here ready to compete in a competition rather than come here and get a score or a position. So I'm running my outdoor setup. I've got a Prodigy XT right now, which I'm shooting, and a lovely purple, the Victory Violet colour, which is great. I'm really enjoying that. So,
Sean, how about you?
Yeah, I'm similar. So my focus is still outdoors. So I'm running my outdoor setup, although I am trialling some new equipment. So this weekend is just a test for me, like to see how it goes, and so I can make a decision running into next season to decide what I shoot.
So these tournaments are useful in that sense as well. You get to trial new things before you have to do it for something that you're focusing on next year.
Yeah, as I said, like outdoors is my main focus. So the winter events are a chance for me to try new stuff in preparation for that and move forward each year for outdoors.
And Ash, how about you?
Yeah, I just echo what these guys said, really. I haven't changed anything on my setup. I think a lot of people change to fatter arrows, but I think it's just personal preference. I don't think there's evidence one way or the other that says fatter arrows are better or thinner arrows are better. It's just, I think, personal choice. You might get more line cutters, but I think fatter arrows are a bit more critical. So I think an outdoor setup works fine indoors. You just need, as long as you shoot a good shot, you're good. So it's okay, yeah.
Ash, is there any advice you'd give to young aspiring archers that you'd think would really help them push their career forward?
I guess when I was younger, the main thing for me was I wasn't sure how to progress mainly in competition. So a lot of the time I had a lot of shooting on my own at home, so in the back garden, that sort of thing, and I'd shoot rounds, maybe that sort of thing, and then maybe I'd come to a competition and my score was lower or something, and I wasn't sure how I'd sort of bridge that gap between the two scores and improve my competition performance really. And I think the answer to that, like now having the sort of the wisdom from having shot more, is try and make your practice more similar to competition all the time. So ideally, you want to practice like you're competing, and you want to compete like you're practicing all the time. So when I was shooting in the garden on my own, it wasn't really like a competition experience or a scenario. It was just really relaxed, just shooting arrows. And there are things you can do to make it more stressful. So you basically just want to push yourself out of your comfort zone. If you feel comfortable all the time, then you're not doing enough. You need to feel uncomfortable. It's too easy just to stay in the same rhythm and say, "Oh yeah, this is fine, I'm comfortable." But when you push yourself and you're uncomfortable, that's when you make your gains, and that's when you really progress. Yeah.
So it's that competition environment that's really important. It's hard to get.
Yeah. And just generally pushing yourself. Also, just say it might be a competition environment. It might be pushing yourself to shoot more arrows one day. It might be shooting arrows and doing some exercise in between, or it might be doing something in the gym, or maybe some mental work, just something to push you out your comfort zone, something you're not really comfortable with and don't feel confident at yet, and then you'll grow more confident at that. Yeah.
Nikki, Amy, would you agree with that? Anything to add?
yeah, definitely. I think Ash has hit the nail on the head. It's easy enough to sit in a in a room at home or something and just shoot arrows, but you've got to really push yourself. I think a couple other things are, particularly equipment-wise, try and get involved with the equipment. So it's easy to let someone else do it because they're better at it or they know what they're doing, but at least watch that person and what they're doing. So if they're serving something in your bow or setting something up, then pay attention and really learn what you can from people. And the other thing is, I think I'm a massive believer that you can learn something from anyone you meet. So whether it's another archer, whether it's another sports person, whether it's someone in business or anything like that, then just get out there and ask questions. The worst thing they can say is no, or sorry, I haven't got time. So just get out there and ask as many questions as you can.
So young archers can come up to you any time and you'll give them as much advice as possible?
Not when I'm shooting on the line, but if I'm not on the line actually shooting, then yeah, absolutely. Come up to me, ask me questions. We've all been there, we've all been juniors on the line, and we're more than happy to answer questions.
For me, it's more of like the mental program side of it. I remember actually shooting at the Commonwealth Games and watching Nikki shoot in the compounds, and I saw how calm she was when she was shooting, and I'd never had a mental program, and I kind of made a mistake, shot 6, and we ended up winning a silver medal instead of a gold medal, and that was because I didn't have a mental program. So that night I asked Nikki what she did, and she kind of explained a little bit about it, but I did a lot of research on it. We've got a really good psychologist now we're working with, but I just think that having a mental program when you're shooting is really, really important. It's more important to practice that as well as practicing your shot, and then you can do it without even proper thinking about it. It just happens just like the shot does. So definitely looking into the mental program is a really massive gain in your shooting.
So, other than the shooting itself, are there other aspects of your training that have really helped you in recent times?
I think for a lot of us, we now have to do like a gym program, and that's, for me, that's helped me a lot, because we have a full gym program now which covers strength training, core stability, prehab, and mobility. So all those aspects coming together helps make you like a stronger archer, especially the core aspect in terms of your stability out when you're outdoor season, out in the wind. We don't often have very good weather, so that's really helped. And just being in control of your bow, like being able to just, if you're taking a little bit too long or you're a little bit like time constrained, you can just make the shot, given like you've got that extra aspect over your training that you can just commit to the shot and like make your shot count because you've got that strength behind it. Like you've got the control you need to shoot well, basically.
So it has helped you. Will you be putting a lot more effort into that in the future?
I think it's a continued effort. I've had a stable program for like a year and a half now, so it's just a continued effort throughout like this winter season, and then like more maintenance program over the summer.
That's it from the Ricoh Arena, but we hope to have more interviews with Amy, Nikki, Sean and Ash in the future, and you can check them all out at www.clickersarchery.co.uk.
Bye.